game or just a blanco?
I'm looking at you. Perfect. Awesome. So Blankos was
Hey everyone.
what we thought a player-owned economy in a video game could be.
So it's a cool
So
mixture
this
of
is
art,
our day
design,
3. Oh, I did forgot to shut off my audio.
name it. This is like the evolution of modern art.
So this is the third day of our E3 coverage. Like I said, there's been some last minute changes on availability for E3. I might be joined by Jordan soon or later. I don't know. He just got his first vaccine shot finally. So I don't know. He's not responding to me, so I don't know how well he's feeling or if he's even out from getting his vaccine. So I said by 2 o'clock we'll probably start. He's like, okay, I'll let you know. So I'm waiting for a response. So he might be joining me. This is an unplanned stream actually. So originally we had planned to do a Take-Two interactive reaction. I realized that it was just a panel on diversity in gaming, which is, you know, important, but there's no game announcements or anything, so it's more something that is important to listen to but not react to. So I decided to skip that. I didn't think there was anything else going on today. There is an official E3 schedule for other showcases. So I have the E3 Twitch stream open. I'm going to be live reacting to what's coming up. Now, the original plan that I didn't share anywhere because I was just texting with Jordan. I said, hey, so I'm not doing the Take-Two interactive stream because, you know, there's not going to be any game announcements. But there's some other showcases that are going on, like indie games and stuff that we can react to. I didn't know about this, but they're doing a Halo Infinite multiplayer overview. I'm like, which I definitely want to watch, and I would like to react to. So I said that should be starting at 2 p.m. Eastern. So let's live react to that. And he said, yeah, he said he'll let me know. I found out that it was actually earlier today. I don't know where I found that time online that it was going to be at 2 p.m. But it actually happened earlier. I'm dropping frames, so I'm gonna hide some stuff so it's not running. Yeah, so I don't know where. I'm gonna start recording now. I forgot to start recording earlier, so if this stream gets broken and I have to revert back to a recording, then I'm gonna pull that up. But I'll reiterate a lot of what I said. So yeah, I found the wrong time online for the Halo multiplayer overview. It actually happened earlier. I have the YouTube video up on another tab. I do want to react to that with Jordan because we're both big Halo fans, so we want to see what's going on there. So I have that saved for whenever he joins. If he joins today, I don't know. You can see I got a blank square below me. So we'll see. Right now we're looking at a showcase. They didn't even say on the screen. So this is an unplanned reaction because I planned for a Take-Two interactive panel reaction earlier. I realized it was just a panel on discussing diversity in gaming. It was important to listen to, but not to react to. So I decided to skip that. There's other indie showcases today that I thought I was going to skip just because I was picking and choosing which streams to do group reaction to, so we have like breaks and stuff in between. This is a very light day for E3. It's a very short day, so there's actually not a lot going on. And the fact that I had to cancel the Take-Two interactive stream and nobody else is really available to live stream with me until Capcom, unless Jordan shows up. Like I said, he just got his first vaccine shot, so I don't know if he's actually going to be available, if he's feeling well or anything. But he's going to get back to me. So right now I'm reacting to, I don't know what this is, but let me. So I think this is the Mythical Games showcase. So these are games from Mythical Games. And then after that, so whenever Jordan, I might take a break from this because this isn't really like anything that I want to focus on. If Jordan shows up, we're going to react to the Halo online multiplayer show overview. After Mythical Games, there's an indie showcase from E3. I imagine it's going to be the same indie games we've been seeing all week. Then there's the Freedom Games showcase after that. I don't know what that's about either, so we'll see. Ven, which is like a online gaming related show on Twitch. They've been around for I think a year now, maybe less. I think they were trying to be more like G4 before G4 started making comeback. And then later today we have Capcom, which I will be joined by Icy Arrow for. I don't know if anybody else is going to be joining me. And after that, there's a Razer showcase. To be honest, we're probably not going to react to that. But like I wouldn't be opposed to it, so we'll see. So it looks like Capcom's only going to be like half an hour. Tomorrow's the big day. Tomorrow is Nintendo Direct. There's the Bandai Namco, which I'm still trying to find a co-streamer for, so it looks like I might be doing that one solo. I think that's only 5 minutes though, because yeah, that's an hour. Okay, an hour. The Eureka Studios is tomorrow. I doubt we're going to do that. There's a GameSpot showcase, and then there's the E3 award show. So that's what's going on. So I'm just hanging out, reacting to random E3 stuff. We'll do that. So just an overview of what's going on.
Part of my art exists in the fine art
So I'll turn this up.
In that world, I could create a painting and sell a painting, and then that painting goes off to a collector, and then I get paid once.
Also, if there's noise behind me,
no control over who
I desperately needed to do some laundry, and I couldn't find any other time because I'm going to be doing reactions for today and tomorrow. So I'm like, I'm just going to do it.
Cool things about NFTs is that smart contract that's locked in, and you're able to just not only track who gets it, but share that profit forever.
While one will collect,
I think everything should be
the
good.
other
Actually,
side that you want to
turn it
collect
off.
from is also from a perspective of capitalism. Themselves,
So it's either I do
also,
this today or I play Rock Band.
Today's gamers are used to having a lot of control over customizing the experience that they have. We've seen that in the trend of games coming out over the last 10 years. Players spend a lot of time online, they spend a lot of time in digital space. That's where they want to express themselves, through skins, through cosmetics, through the things that they buy through games. I think that's where, you know, Blankos really shines and what we can bring to the table, but also where I think NFTs play a huge role, right? Like, because it gives you a chance to really own the world around you, the universe that you're customizing, you're creating. You've got a greater stake in this thing now. Rudy Koch, SVP Business Development. Am I just supposed to say that? Just my name? Title? All right. I'm a big time collector. I collect vinyl toys. I have a whole wall of them at home. I'm a nerd. We're all nerds. We all collect.
I love collecting. I actually started my career in comic books.
I collect sneakers.
I loved Magic the Gathering. I had hundreds.
These concepts as collectors ourselves, like the box opening, you know, opening a box for your Blanco, or the serial numbers on each of the NFTs that you buy. These are concepts that live in the physical collector's world that we love so much, and we wanted to bring that and translate that into the digital world. And what's amazing is that with the players that we've seen so far and the people engaging with the economy, they are getting these concepts, and it's been a lot of fun to see that all unfold.
With real toys in real life, right? When the way to
So
keep
this is a toy.
value is you put them in the box.
No, this isn't a Toy
put 'em on the
Select game, is
shelf,
it?
You leave them there. But with
It's a
Blankos,
digital
as
toy
you play
collecting
with
game?
them, they get better. You can customize them. You can make them the way that you want them to be, but also increase their rarity and increase their scarcity by playing with them. Our leveling up process, it's called Grade Up. It draws from real toy and collectible culture. It's kind of a neat turn on everything that you would think about collectibles.
I'm looking to invest in and acquire assets from games that have the ability to move into the mainstream, games that have the ability to become AAA titles. There are mainly three that top my list. Again, Blanko's Block Party, Gods Unchained, as well as Axie's Infinity, they've been able to integrate blockchain within their gaming mechanisms, really in the background, rather than having it to be a requirement to be able to participate in the game and participate in the community.
Get yours, yeah, yeah, yeah. Get the money, get the money. Ooh la 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 la, throw it all on me, yeah.
A really key focus for my team has been making sure that our marketplace is very accessible for really all players in the game. This is going to continue to develop as we add more functionality around cryptocurrencies, being able to use your crypto wallet. But the core focus of our product is making sure that the mainstream audience is able to enjoy the game and have a super simple experience.
Historically, like if you're playing a game and you're trying to sell your items, the game developer doesn't support that, right? And Mythical Games takes the stance of we enable it and we facilitate it. Mythical's blockchain uses proof of authority for consensus, which basically is a much lower carbon footprint than proof of work. And we're planning to bridge to multiple chains. We're bridging to Ethereum, which is about to go to proof of stake, which is about 99.5% less energy. By using blockchain technology, you own your game assets, and then you can build another marketplace, you can build another interface, you can bring them into another game, different metaverses, and that's a new paradigm, and it's inevitable, and I think gamers are going to demand it. Traditionally, like when you're participating in a marketplace, you're relying on trust in the company to keep the database accurate. Where Mythical Games is using a blockchain where our smart contracts are publicly accessible, so you have confidence and trust that you're getting what you're buying and your true ownership, and you have it forever. Because traditionally game companies can just say there are 1,000 of them, but who knows if there are 1,000, right? With Mythical Games, we have provable scarcity. And with provable scarcity, as an investor, a collector, or a gamer, that's really what you want.
I've been drawing since I could hold a pen or a pencil. My granddad taught me how to do engineer drawing when I was 4. You know, I've just fell in love with the idea of drawing and creating. It's just something that gives me a ton of joy. As I started to look around at art, it always really appealed to me, but I was always really appealed by graffiti art and the music that I listened to. To have a favorite, that's like asking me what my favorite child is. It's currently my daughter, by the way, if anyone was asking. So for me, it just evolved over time as I started to learn a bit more about street artists and see the evolution of street artists, see an artist go from kind of painting an illegal wall to having a gallery showing or something like that. Seeing how those artists use different mediums again, you know, it's not just about canvases, it's about sculpture. It's about taking these shapes and these 3D canvases and expressing their desires, their needs, whatever it is they're trying to say on a different canvas. We know where we sit now compared to 20 odd years ago when all these artists were still just street artists getting arrested for doing throw-ups on trains. And now, you know, a couple of $1 million at Sotheby's, I'm like, it's pretty cool.
Where should our hands be?
I'll just do this.
Oh, okay.
I'm super excited to talk to you guys about some of the artists that we're bringing into the game, some of the first collaborators, and I think it's appropriate to start with Michael Lau.
Michael Lau is a legend in the space. He's definitely known as the godfather of vinyl toys. He has this really awesome quote, which is, all art are toys and all toys are art. And I think like that is perfect for Blankos. And so I think we're really excited to see his style come alive in our realm.
點解想合作？咁其實一路以嚟都好想自己啲 character 可以喐啦，好似可以做一啲 animation 啊或者 game。咁今次真係有機會同一個咁配合到 figure 個 game 合作，所以係好開心。
Another artist and designer that we're super excited to talk about is Quix. And what I love about Quix is that one, he's a graffiti artist, but two, he's super hip hop culture. Love his designs, love the samurai.
You know, he has this really iconic, like Japanese mech warrior style. So, I think we are all just excited to see that come alive in the Blankos universe.
My artwork and the style of toys that I do now are
so I don't fully understand what this is.
From the stuff that I've loved since I was a kid. I grew up in the 80s, so I was heavily influenced by a lot of Japanese robot shows. Texas history is like my Mickey Mouse. He represents Japanese robots, hip-hop, and graffiti, all rolled into one character.
This brand that we're going to reveal now is near and dear to my heart. I'm actually wearing some sneakers that represent them. I will let my friend Nicole here tee it up.
They're just gray sneakers.
The Marathon Company, from a culture perspective, they've worked with some incredible folks, obviously led by Nipsey Hussle, you know, and we certainly want to honor his memory.
Nip was someone before he passed who was already into technology. It's such an honor to be able to carry on his legacy in a sense and bring them into the world of Blankos.
One Blanco can be so many different things. A Blanco can be a pattern, it can be a unicorn, it can be so many different characters. We work regularly with Kronk. His skill at being able to create characters make you commit to those characters, they're believable. And then we have JPK, we have industry legends like James Groman, Nikki Davis, Sarah McPherson, Algran Chamako, Junko Mizuno, Hakutel, and Thomas Han. We're not just picking from one person's perspective, which really helps to kind of broaden those cultural references.
Dead mouse.
I am an avid vinyl toy collector. I have just a house, floor to ceiling, vinyl toys. To find a game that did such a really great crossover between that kind of tangible good and have that element in the game, no doubt by the end of this time next year, I'm gonna have a whole row of Blankos. So. It's art in a 3D form. I think it's a really great online safe haven for, you know, street art where it keeps its integrity and it isn't bastardized. Whether it's on geometry or it's sculpted or it's just, you know, tags on walls and stuff like that. I like that. I just like exploring the space. And then you still see this coalescence of cohesion as opposed to a random vomit. Art exhibit games like Blankos, I think it's a really great bridge between, you know, the traditional mediums of creating art, digital art, or, you know, street art or stuff like that, and then into the game engine. And that's cool because, I mean, all the elements that are familiar to the Deadmau5 fan were really well executed in these skins.
There's a Deadmau5 toy.
Anything else, weenies? In the back.
So now that the video is coming to a close, download Blankos, blankos.com, bring your vinyl toys to life, build your own levels, buy all the designs from your favorite brands, artists, and designers, share it with all your friends so they download and play it together, and we look forward to seeing you within the world of Blankos.
But wait, we're partnering with the fashion industry's most coveted brands to bring you their style, Blanko style. And our first collab is a name you'll recognize. They're known worldwide for their signature plaids and heritage prints.
I'm incredibly excited to announce that Burberry will be partnering with Mythical Games to launch a limited edition Blanko in their game Blanko's Block Party. Pushing boundaries and discovering new ways to innovate with our communities have always been at the heart of what we do as a brand. Being a part of this creative and pioneering community with Mythical Games is an incredible synergy for us and a perfect evolution of our existing engagement with the gaming communities. This partnership presents Burberry's first exploration into the world of NFTs. This opens up a whole new platform of possibilities, and it empowers digital natives and gamers to own a piece of our brand and actively engage and participate with our house codes. We can't wait to embark on this pioneering journey with Mythical Games as we explore the future of digital ownership in gaming, whilst discovering new environments and a myriad of possibilities within this community.
All right, you got the last word. Make it count.
That's a good question here. Let me give me 5 seconds here to think about it.
All right, guys, let's cut on the cameras.
Thank God. If you're ready to start building, playing, and earning, you can download and join Blanko's Block Party now in early access on PC.
Like, share, and subscribe.
Also, watch your favorite content creators on Twitch this week for a chance to get an exclusive new Blanko, only available through Twitch.
I don't think I'm part of that.
On behalf of
Although
all of us
I
at
did get a
Thanks for
thing in my
joining.
chat saying I unlocked something.
I feel like you nailed it.
To E3 2021, and we'll get to our thoughts
I
on
don't
Mythical
remember.
Games
I lost
here in a
where it
second.
was.
But first, we wanted to remind everyone that they could win a $100 gift card from our partners at DoorDash just by tagging them in a tweet and following them on Twitter. It's as simple
here's
as that.
Blanco's
I said before, it's a
website.
different kind
So it's
of
a free-to-play
experience, right?
early access game for
Did
PC.
you learn a little bit about the blockchain?
I mean, I learned so much, and honestly, the art was breathtaking. They
Take
were
pride
talking
in
about how
ownership.
This is the evolution of modern art. I think Deadmau5 himself said this is.
Play Blankos your way. Go on solo quests and unlock new rewards to check out your Blankos, grab a squad, and compete in epic block parties. Available right now.
101. It was basically like NFT
Black
101.
Things you earn and buy in Blankos are yours to own. That's right. Each Blanco is an NFT, which means that they hold value and can be sold and bought on our marketplace. Stay tuned for news. Okay, that's cool. So it's like trading in collectible digital toys.
And then to just bring in art and entertainment and design, like I'm here for it. I love it.
Yeah,
but you're
But
gonna have to
they actually, because they were showing like physical toys too.
But the one 15-minute presentation wasn't enough.
Exactly.
Yeah,
You didn't get to see his. By the way, you need to make one of these, right? I saw your art earlier. It was phenomenal.
Yeah, stick figure art, amazing.
The vibrant open world multiplayer game styled like the giant block party, like a giant block party.
Block Party is a game,
Man,
right? And it has one of those
lower
types
this, I
of
can hear myself.
Roblox experiences to it, where you
Alright, so Blanco's Block Party is a vibrant open world multiplayer game styled like a giant block party with a focus on custom art and design, building and exploration, and curating your collection of unique and rare Blancos. What is a Blanco? Blancos are fun and mischievous digital vinyl toys brought to life, inhabiting the junction. I'm guessing that's the setting. Their own offbeat world. Yep, they love good vibes and good times. Each Blanco is a digital asset called an NFT that lives on blockchain. When you own a Blanco, you own them. Not even the creators can take them away from you. We know what early access is. What region languages? We will not have any restrictions on countries to participate in beta except where restrictions are required for compliance. Servers will be in North America at the start of beta. We will add more as we see fit. We only support English for the beta, but we'll expand localized languages as the game grows. The platforms we'll be on. Currently, we only have announced PC. Sure, that will change if it
And
becomes
also, anyone
popular.
can hit you up on Twitter for private lessons.
Is Blanco's Block Party free to play? Will be free to play, so basically like you're buying the collectibles and then you like trade and sell them. With the option for purchasable in-game cosmetics, accessories, and limited edition Blancos. More info on this coming soon. So it's like
He talked to Deadmau5. What?
Season 1, Space Ape. I just want to see like what some of the Blancos are. Because like this kind of game does intrigue me. Like the whole concept of it too.
So how did
It's
this
very
collaboration
unique.
I think Inder forced it on us.
Going on here.
Yeah, Rudy forced it on me. We didn't want to work together.
That was
again.
more,
We were-
No, it was all mandated. Orders from above, from our benevolent overlords.
So that's mostly true, but also, we're in the video game world, we're in the NFT world. Joel, you've done some cool stuff in it as well, right?
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah, I've been playing around with that, but I outside of like the woo and wah of selling JPEGs for tens of thousands of dollars, I really liked what you guys were doing with like kind of the integrating the tangible good with that same kind of video gamey thing. That was what really got me excited.
First time with Blancos anyway, where we kind of put somebody in the game and tried to create what their character was like. It was pretty cool. It was cool to like figure out how we represented him as well.
What was the inspiration behind the Deadmau5 cross Blancos character?
I mean, from my point of view, I knew like how Joel's cat Meowingtons is a big part of his life, and it felt like we wanted to represent the mouse head, because it's such an iconic part of who he is and what he does, but we kind of didn't want to just do a modification to the Blanco. We wanted to make it a bit bigger than that, so it's actually the first time we've got a full head attachment in the game. And then we were like, well, it'd be cool if when that head comes off, it's not Joel underneath, and it's Meowingtons, and we kind of took a play on that, and I thought it was really cool.
Yeah, I mean, I think it was really cool that they didn't just schlep a mouse head on it and call it a day. I mean, they also integrated the cat, my cat, Meowington's, who I'm a big fan of, and just the fact that, you know, it's like the mouse head, but when they take the mouse head off, it's actually Meowington's, which is pretty cool because he's kind of all part of the Dead Mouse Joel ethos.
Yeah, I like with the Wii Reps, you're one of your early suits in it as well. That was a long-term fan.
Yeah, I stopped doing that. It was just too much effort. I like the first 2 or 3 shows, I did the suit thing, and I'm like, you know what? Just it's too much. It's too much. We're gonna strip it down a bit.
It's a cool throwback, though.
How do NFTs expand the reach of your brand?
It's a new technology and all that stuff too. So we're just going through the trials and tribulations of what is it? Because I think that the general consensus right now, if you were to ask a man on the street, oh, what's an NFT? Oh, isn't that like a $10,000 JPEG? You know, is kind of the answer you're going to get. But it's really a lot more than that. It's the underlying framework and technology that allows for, you know, the blockchain provenance, you know, that unique identifier that can be used from platform to platform to platform. So think of it as like what Steam's is to video games is, you know, is like the world's Steam, you know, like, so it's every time you log into Steam or something like that, they're gonna use Steamworks to, like, you know, grab achievements and stuff like that. It's all stored on that centralized system, but blockchain being the similar concept, but decentralized across all computers and stuff like that. And because the way that the infrastructure works with blockchain is that's all very easily swappable. The metadata, not the actual assets, but that metadata that ties to the assets can be interchangeable between a multitude of systems. So now I think that people are just now starting to kind of take in that standard protocol of, you know, fetching and receiving wallet data and stuff like that, tying assets to individuals through game platforms is a big win.
But then what are the benefits of NFTs for players?
So from a Blanco's point of view, it's about trust, really. If you boil it down, it's about trust and proof of ownership. You know, no gamer has truly owned any asset ever bought in a game before. You know, it's all just a license, right? And you kind of just trusting them. There's no way to prove it.
Yeah.
Whereas with NFTs, you can kind of, it's proof. You can see it. It's open. You know, if we say there's this many, there's this many. If you own it, you own it. And with Blancos in our marketplace, that means you can also go and sell it as well. So really, it's just about trust and truly owning the assets that you pay money for.
When's the first Dead Mouse Blanco drop?
This summer.
This summer? Like this summer or next summer? This summer. Oh, nice.
Thanks for joining us, guys. Now, let's get back to the show.
Okay.
One of the things I liked,
interesting concept.
Presentation here was him being very much like, why are you doing this with your brand? He's like, because nobody knows what it is. It's groundbreaking, it's cutting edge, and I like the idea of embracing something that, is this going to work? Is it going to translate to video games? Who knows? The other thing I liked that I didn't call it from the original presentation, because I didn't get the presentation about NFTs from Golden Boy, you know? So I didn't
you didn't get the special one-on-one.
But I really appreciate the idea that the original artist gets money on these. I didn't realize that. You make it and I buy it from the marketplace, but then I sell it 20 times over.
You heard what he said, right? Like, you know, he makes one of the artists said, I make a piece and then that piece gets sold and then that piece gets resold and then resold and resold. And that artist doesn't see the value from it. And I think that's something that a lot of people, can relate to. Like content creators can relate to that. Content gets reused all the time and they don't see anything from that. And this is like a way through the blockchain to be able to ensure that through these smart contracts, you can do that. So it is beneficial for the creator, which, you know, without the creators, we don't get a lot of these cool things, right?
Yeah, 100%.
Proof of authority in the blockchain.
Girl, there you go.
I'm proud of myself.
It doesn't work. I don't know what that is. If you don't, you know what? Get out of here. Well, I hope you folks at home like indie games because we've got you covered. We are going to take a quick break, and then our voices of E3 will discuss the indie gaming industry right before we reveal some of the hottest new indie titles releasing soon. So stay with us. If indie is the future.
All right. So this is. So by the way, I got a text from Jordan. So he's not joining me. Possible he might join me later, but don't know if that's the case. I said I have an open channel for anyone in the group to join. Pretty sure everybody's busy, away, working, or something, so I'm the only one available.
So I still did E3, and then I got a call from Los Angeles, and they'd actually found my wallet, and I felt
Okay,
like
so
the biggest W of my life.
so here's some of the examples of Blancos. Limited drop 4,000. So there's only 4,000 of these bullseye Blancos that you can purchase for the game. Purchase limit 25, and you can only buy 25. Okay, only. I mean, that's a lot. I mean, if you're looking to resell them, then I guess like a limited edition. I don't know if this will take off. Like I think you're gonna be gambling, doing this. If you're looking to get in, and just try to make some money selling digital collectibles. It's an interesting time that we live in, to say the least. But yeah, you're gambling on this. You don't know if these things are gonna be popular or not. It's the first I'm ever hearing of somebody doing this though. So I can imagine Funko trying to get in on this. Like if these guys catch on and they're like, wait a second, what? Somebody's making digital versions of the things that we do, and we could be making money doing this too. And then they're gonna be like scrambling, trying to learn what an NFT is and how it works, and then how it can make them money. It is a very cool concept though. So even like accessories, these shades are the fashion equivalent of a sipping on a pina colada in a hammock by the sea. So these are things. So are they specific? Like some of these have different shaped heads though. But I guess they're digital, so it doesn't matter. Like it'll automatically fit anything. Like it wouldn't. I don't think it would work in the same concept if it was a physical. Yeah. So there we go. It's also categorized. What other kind of accessories? Cast anchor cast. So I don't know. It's a very niche thing. I don't know how that's really gonna work. Up next, we got the Indie Showcase. I think the E3 Indie Showcase, which is at was it in 15 minutes? Is that I feel like that showcase was short, like maybe half an hour. The Indie Showcase, yeah, starts in 15 minutes. And that's gonna go for, that's only for half an hour, and then leads right into Freedom Games. Okay. And then that's only a half an hour too. So, so I'll be live for the next hour 15. Maybe longer if I want to do. If I want to do the Halo Infinite reaction, but I do want to be joined by Jordan for that. So if he joins in,
Hi,
we'll do a
Ariko.
reaction to that.
I
Then,
am a self-proclaimed Nintendo lifer. I want to work at Nintendo as long as they will keep me. I am
then
head of
I think
Indies,
an hour and a half
I'm probably one of the
later
handful of people
is the
who have
Capcom
worked in all three major regions. So Nintendo of Japan,
press
Europe,
conference. I
and
know I have the
currently
schedule
I
on
work
my
at Nintendo of America.
on the
I'm super honored and excited to be
about
here
section
today.
on our
Thank you.
Twitch.
Hello, I'm Mike Micah. I'm studio head for Other Ocean and Digital Eclipse.
So
I've been
Capcom's the
making
big
games
one
for far
today.
too
We're gonna
long,
see what's
but,
going on with
my
Capcom. It
favorite
looks like it's
games
only half
these
an
days
hour
happen to
long
be
though.
these really fun
So it's a
small
half-hour
games called indie
showcase.
games.
I will be
I'm
joined
Michelle
by
Bassett,
Icy
Director
Arrow
of Business
again
Development
to
for
react to
Freedom
that.
Games. I
He's very
started
excited.
games long
And
ago.
then tomorrow is our
PS1
big
grew
day.
Even earlier than that. Love it. Excited to be here. Thank you for having me, and excited to announce more games too.
Hi, I'm Edmund McMillan.
Oh, he's the
creator of
guy.
Super Meat Boy,
Yeah,
Binding
Super
of
Meat Boy.
Isaac, and a bunch of other games. I'm an indie game developer. You may know me from Indie Game the Movie. Maybe not. It's 10 years old, but
Wow, is it really 10 years old?
hi. Thanks for having me.
Oh my god.
And particularly over this last year, we've
Where the
seen
fuck did time go? I didn't even see it yet. Why haven't I seen it yet?
the void of social and activities in the day-to-day life just as much as AAA titles. Do you believe that this line between indie games and larger publisher games is becoming blurred in the eyes of gamers?
It's becoming more of a drastic thing. Like there are super indies, and then there's this like marketable indie, which is I think a more acceptable thing that a lot of publishers are picking up. But it's kind of surprising. The real breakout hits tend to be the ones that aren't even being looked at by a publisher, that are just being picked up by, going viral, essentially.
It's right to say that like indie
Like
seems
Among
to be the in
Us?
thing right now. A lot of people are like, indie games, go here. It's like a category. Go to the indie games category. But I do like the idea of blurring the lines, because when I was a kid, buying software or downloading software, or whatever you were doing back then, I would not disassociate what Jeff Minter was doing from, say, an Activision game at the time. And right now, when I'm sitting there like going through a storefront, I'm not looking for like specific things. Things catch my eye, and I see all these smaller games. There's so many of them now. But like, I'm actually looking for something that appeals to me. It's like when I used to go to the music store and go to different sections in the store. I wasn't really looking for a specific artist. I was trying to find that artist that spoke to me and take a gamble on it. I love that part of this right now. I love that somebody can still in their garage, with all the engines we have now and all the help that you can get online, and create a vision and then put it out there for people to either come en masse and enjoy, or just come to take a look, and maybe you don't sell that many games, or maybe you don't like get that many downloads. But to me, that is what Edmund's saying is the quintessential indie in my mind.
I want to add to that, because at Nintendo we're definitely seeing that. I think there's such a ease to access. There's more accessibility to tools and technology now, and so a lot of the smaller developers are able to self-express and really create unique experiences that they want to do. And at Nintendo, we definitely discussed about, okay, how do we define indies? Like, what does that mean? And ultimately, we decided, let our partners decide if they identify as indies, and how do they want to represent indies. And we're just here to really support and amplify their message. And if you look at our Indie World showcases, it's really intentional, where we let the developers talk. They're like the superstars of our showcases. And they're the ones who are on camera, and they're the stars of the show, and they get to tell.
I do like the indie showcases that Nintendo puts on.
That having the Nintendo Switch and the graphic style that's popular in the games, and just the wealth of indie titles that are available on the platform, is due to the platform itself, or to the audience that you have, or your connection with those developers?
Yeah, I think we want our content to reflect our audience, and our audience is all genders, all ages. They have all the different tastes in games, and they're from all over the world. And so at Nintendo, we always talk about diversity and innovation. Like, those two words come out all the time. And we have indie teams based in Europe and Japan and the US and elsewhere. And we all have an equal voice. It's truly global when we think about, okay, what do we want to showcase through our campaigns? And so we want to make sure that that our global teams have equal voices, and the content reflect our audience.
Absolutely. Michelle, I know that Freedom Games publishes many games from small developers. Do you see those developers, though you're publishing them, as indies, and do they identify as indies themselves?
Yeah, most of our developers really do identify as indie. And then I want to say the indie space has evolved a lot over the years. There's a lot of competition in that space now too. But yeah, we have our developers all over the world. They're in Europe, they're in Southeast Asia, a little bit all over the place, and they're very passionate about their games, and we find them kind of everywhere. They're not really, you can't find them in a specific place anymore. They're just the kid you met at the grocery store that has this amazing game you never heard about until now, or whichever. It's everywhere now. And like Eriko said, it's so easy to make games now. Great games. So there's a lot more competition. There's a lot more great games coming out, and it's interesting to see where the space will continue to go over the years. But yeah, we are focusing on that. We have a robust catalog coming out over the next year and a half and going forward as well.
Awesome. Well, I certainly look forward to that. Edmund, I know that many people consider Binding of Isaac to be a genre-defining success. Do you see indies in their role to explore new mechanics, genres, and storytelling approaches as something that truly defines indies and their freedoms?
For me, the thing that really defines indies is the ability to take complete, financial risk when it comes to themes and topics and gameplay and everything. Like, doing something that wouldn't actually a large company wouldn't be able to do because they couldn't invest multi-millions of dollars in a project that wasn't comparable to something that exists. And that's the way all big business works. It's stupid to take a risk with that much money. So it makes perfect sense. It's like, no, it's just the way it works. But if you're a small team of a handful of people and your budget's basically your rent, you can do whatever you'd like to do. And you could make a new genre like Among Us. It's like you can take big risks and you can do what you want.
Is Among Us a new genre? I mean, it's kind of
independence.
It's kind of been done before.
Can try to avoid the urge to appeal to a majority.
Ed Catmull speaks of the concept of the ugly baby and the hungry beast, and the hungry beast being a large company that needs to keep churning and making money in order to employ all of the people that it has working at it. Whereas the ugly baby is a brand new idea that's strange and unpolished, and it needs to be protected to see if it can grow into a beautiful swan or a beautiful indie game.
It's a weird analogy.
Games are particularly good at taking care of ugly babies, and do you have any advice for someone who might have this idea of their own and how to
I like the analogies.
idea to see if it's worth bringing into production?
I think one thing that indie games do really well, again, we let our partners identify, but they put their heart and soul into it, right? They have a vision, they have a story they want to tell. They don't really care. It's about what they want to create. They have a vision, and that's what creates a magic. And for Nintendo, as long as that puts a smile on someone's face, for us, we're really excited about that. For me, recently, it was a short hike. I am a mom of two, and I'm super busy all the time and exhausted at the
So
end of
in
the
8
day.
minutes is the
So when
indie
I
showcase.
get to put that on and relax and fly around the island, it's cute, adorable characters. And I even shed a tear. I won't spoil it for people, but that's a great indie game for me. And so I think that's the magic of indie games.
Michelle, how does Freedom Games evaluate these initially unproven mechanics and ideas?
The developers are extremely.
So Freedom Games is gonna have a showcase after the indie showcase, I think.
If you didn't live, eat, and sleep what you were selling, it wasn't gonna work. So a lot of our indies are kind of the same, but more in a more healthy scenario now. That's something that we consider too. But basically, Triple I is all about passion. It really is, and that's what kind of differentiates it from some other titles or genres is passion, I would say.
Right now, what I love about a lot of really good, talented game developers that I meet is that their motivation isn't driven by money. It's driven by a singular vision that they really have had for a long time, usually. They just want to make it happen. And it gets so infectious when you hear it that you suddenly get caught up in it and you want to make it happen. And the reality is, no, if people could really hear it all the time, if people could really predict what a hit's going to be, we'd have a lot more hits. We don't. Like, that's just stupid. There's always people in the room that you're not in. You're never at the table. They're saying, well, this isn't going to do X because they're doing some math on it. They're over, under, or whatever they call it, and all these different methods they use. But they're rarely ever right. But the person who has that singular vision for so long, who's thought about it forever, like, how can you pit those people against somebody who's been thinking about this their whole life and just wanting to do it? You really can't.
Absolutely. I think storytelling itself is something that indie games can do very well, and particularly when it comes to telling unique stories. Are there any indie game titles that you have all played?
Oh, I forgot about the limited run games showcase.
Inspiring or
So I'm gonna be doing that too.
invoking in general?
I'm a huge fan of games that present their themes through gameplay.
Yeah.
Whatever the story, I want to be part of it. I want to.
So
I don't want to.
okay, I'm just trying to convert everything to Eastern time.
Pause, and then I'm doing something else, and then coming back and hitting play.
There's an indie showcase in 5 minutes.
I want to feel like it's a dynamic, living world
yeah, so that's
that someone has presented
and then
to me. And what
Freedom Games half an hour early or half an hour later.
What this story is, or
it's a visceral experience.
you're painting. They're painting a world with bits and pieces, and you get to fill in the blanks. I think that's more.
And that's going to go for half an
complementary to
hour.
because you're already in that puzzle-solving, creative mindset. So it lets people.
And then
more
after
immersed
that,
than simply just telling somebody a story.
would be the limited run games. So it looks like I'll be on longer than expected. Then limited run games. I doubt it would be an hour long. It's probably going to be like half an hour.
There's just so many people who love different.
So after
games.
limited run games, there's going to be a break,
Among
and
Us
then
has been
I'll be back for
and
Capcom.
Nintendo,
And then maybe I'll do Razer.
It on our platform.
We'll see.
Our audience loved it. But look at Hades, for example, which is also on Nintendo Switch. It won Game of the Year recently at DICE. And so I think there's just all sorts of games. A funny story is Human Fall Flat. That's another
I still haven't played that.
puzzle
I
game
do own it.
published by Curve Digital. And that's been massively popular in Japan. And elementary school kids who probably don't have the concept of indies, they just loved it. They thought it was super fun, and it's been really popular in Japan. So I think there's just all sorts of games that are fun and out there.
3, 2. Sorry about that.
Indie games, or what we can expect from the genre or art form moving forward.
The thing I love most about, I guess, what we're, like how we're referring to indie games here is like I love the not knowing what's coming, because ultimately it's anticipating that I'm not capable of anticipating what's going to be the next thing coming out. Like I love finding something I never thought I would like, or I've never thought would be a game or even fun. Like when Job Simulator, for instance, came out, I'm like, who wants to like, that goes against Ron Gilbert's thing about like getting off a job and then going home and relaxing. I loved it. Or, like all these sorts of things, or like even some weird things that would come out of mobile and all this stuff. Like I would just never anticipate that stuff and things like that. And it's the, I guess what I look forward to is the things I cannot anticipate.
Well, this has been a wonderful conversation. It's so great to hear the different perspectives about indie games and indie studios, as well as
I like the portal cube behind her.
on what's coming up next and what to look out for. It's been a true pleasure.
Thank you very much.
iHeartRadio is a proud partner.
Okay, so up next we got the Indie Showcase from E3, then Freedom Games Showcase, then Limited Run Games, then a break, possibly. I got Jordan letting me know that he wants to do a reaction stream to Halo. Might do Battlefield as well because I haven't. Well, I did see a little bit of Battlefield during that one showcase, so maybe just Halo. And then Capcom, and then maybe
when I
Razer.
used to work at Twitch, you had an option. You can either get a Razer for like Windows users or a Mac.
Yeah.
And I don't mess with Macs at all because I'm terrible. My brain just doesn't work that way for some reason. So I went with the original Razer Blade.
Yeah.
That was so fun to carry around the office.
Macs are not
Just
hard
to
to. I don't use Macs either. They're not hard to figure out though.
I used to just at that time I was playing a lot of controller games, so I would just plug it in and just go nuts. It was a good time. So yeah, it sounded like a shameless plug, but I swear to God, it was the truth.
Well, speaking of a shameless plug, the Razer Blade is a great place to play indie games. And what an indie presentation we just had. Of course, it's not over. We have the indie panel coming up. But there was something said in that panel here. Janet Garcia, of course, from MinMax and Kinda Funny, put up this tweet. That's the beauty of independence. You can try to avoid the urge to appeal to a majority. That was Ed McMillan on that panel right there.
So good.
I think that is the power of indie games, and especially as we're here at E3 talking about the biggest of big AAA games, but also spotlighting so many small indies is, you can take more chances as a small studio.
It's vital to highlight the independent games business as a whole because there's so much diversity there, and just in the games that they're delivering, top to bottom. You can ram off like a few names like off the top of your head, but for me, one independent game that I discovered that I fell in love with was Moonlighter.
Oh my God, yes.
Love that game so much. And I found it out on a whim because I was playing another independent game. I think it's Momodora, I believe was on the Switch. Great game. And I was like, man, I'm looking for something else. And, I finished that one and I found Moonlighter. And oh my goodness, it just stole me. It captured my heart. Love that game. And I wouldn't have found that, if someone just, take that to a AAA studio or something like that.
Totally, and that's the thing right now is there are so many indies, it's impossible to keep up with all of them, right? And that's, Moonlighter was the exact same thing. My job, of course, every day is to talk about video games, review video games, preview video games, and I didn't know about Moonlighter until somebody on our subreddit was like, this is a great game, you need to play it.
100%.
And that's why I think it's so powerful that E3 keeps doing indie showcases, ladies and gentlemen. So let's get back to
Actually, I should take out my notepad so that way I know it's coming up.
So, without further delay, here are some of the hottest indie titles set to come your way soon.
I imagine we'll probably see a lot of the same ones we've seen through the other indie showcases, like the Guerrilla Collective and all that. PC Gaming Show, Future Game Show. This summer, coming to a theater near you. Prepare for takeoff. This is your journey. Oh my god, your paper plane? Oh, this is like Flower. It's cool though. Like the inspirational music. Evade the danger. Experience the cycle of life. Disney Pixar presents Life Slide. In theaters soon, August 6th. That's cool though, I like that. Hooded Horse. I don't see the appeal of these like strategy space games. Don't get me wrong, I like space, I like science fiction, but I think the gameplay side of it, like, I don't see how that's really fun. What, you control constellations? What is this? Is this 3 games in 1? Hey, I live there. Terra Invicta. Terra Invicta. Wish this on Steam. No thanks. There we go. This is my style. New Blood.
Been a long time, Michael. I heard you were back in town, but I don't remember sending you an invitation.
Ooh.
I'd kill you myself, but where's the fun in that? No, Michael. I'm gonna roll out the red carpet for you.
What is this? I like the look of it and the setting. Oh. These are great animations.
I'll be watching.
It's really cool. But I can't imagine this. Like this game's gonna get boring soon.
Old friend.
Fallen Aces. I kind of just want to watch the story. Well, I'm gonna write that one down. I like it. Ooh. What's this?
All right, Captain. I got the intel.
Good. Now take it to the uplink.
Free running? Nah. No free running.
Ahí está vaina.
Target is marked.
Oh, thanks. Ciao. So, remind me, what's the deal with this intel?
Didn't I say yesterday dubstep's gonna make a comeback? There used to be like a few years where like every game trailer had dubstep in it.
Armor activate.
This looks like so generic. Like it's been done a million times. This is Overwatch with the ball. It's like oddball Overwatch.
Soldiers, we need you here.
Keep your wig on pet. I'm all over it.
Which, you know what, like I'm not opposed to, because I like oddball and Halo. It's a fun game type. I like Overwatch.
So, what we're gonna do with the intel?
We
I
need
just-
it for the job. You know, the heist, larceny.
Larceny? More like...
Larcenauts. Alright, I'll write it down. I don't know if it's enough to like. I can't have like too many similar games. Like something's got to bring me in.
A most ingenious plan to end this war too sweet and straight away. So I the general, the sergeant told me no. He said in a trench is where you're meant to stay.
What's that mean?
I said, dear sergeant, pardon me. I see that I've made you upset.
See, now this is a different type of World War I shooter.
Let's try being a little nicer. Let us all agree to disagree. Why don't we send some flowers to the Kaiser, and then we'll all be home in time for tea. Oh, let's try being a little sweeter. You catch more flies with honey, don't you see? If the brass would change their tone, then we could all go home. But the generals never listened. The generals never listened. The generals never listened to me.
That was tough. Hamilton, some beast is looking at us.
That's a fucked up cow.
Would you look at that? Mars is one heck of a planet. So green and beautiful. Let's just be careful, sir.
This is Mars? This is a weird game. What is happening? It's a demon cow? Moolander. Oh
Game
my
developers
god.
are creative, passionate, and driven. We tackle new technologies and overcome many challenges in the pursuit of our creative vision. At the IGDA, it is our mission to support and empower all game developers around the world. We provide community, mentorship, research, knowledge, and best practices. We're here for you when you need it, so you can advance your career while keeping your health. Join us and help make our industry a better place for all of us, now and in the future. Help make a difference and join the IGDA.
Alright, let's get hype. Yeah! Alright. So, I don't know why. There's so many games that are just rehashes of old games. With like a new art style. Like, we've seen this game a million times. Bark. Is this Toy Soldiers again? Nope, definitely not. It's more dark and... I mean, as much darker as you can get for a World War I game, but at least it was toys. This looks like... Oh, this is another one of those Chernobyl games. Got the Geiger counter and everything. There's a lot... I think... You know what happened? I think a lot of game developers got inspired after watching that show. And they just like, what if we made a game around this? Oh, that guy had like scythes for hands. Tunguska. Okay. Oh, I was confused at first. I'm like, wait, is this a 3D platformer or is it a 2D platformer? That's cool though. Like a possum. I like the concept. I don't like how this is executed though. If this was a Mario game or something. I'd probably be much more into it. That cat's gonna get annoying. Nico Ghost Jump. I do like it though. Oh yeah! This is one of the songs we got. This is a non-copyright song they chose for this trailer. Because it's one of the songs. This is one of the songs we play in the intros. This is a fucking good song though. They chose a great song. That's good. Well, I'll write it down just for the song.
what are you really made of? That music got me hyped.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, I'm here for it. Anyway, we just looked at the indie game presentation, and I wrote down a bunch of titles.
I got
there.
too hyped, so I didn't write down
Saw, and I was telling y'all
the
earlier,
entire
my friend
name
was
of
a part of that
the
project,
game
so it was very
before.
cool there.
The
But,
cat one.
That was just one of many games that had a very retro feel. Fallen Aces was another one that I wrote down on my list. So yeah, I just feel like I'm getting all these retro.
Yeah,
vibes
Fallen
this
Aces
year.
is cool.
Damon, I'm sure you're loving it.
Yeah, for sure. And I liked Extra Galactica. First of all, I love the pixel art style, so that appeals to me. And it looks like the gameplay is a mix of shooter and 2D action platformer. I don't know if you
Nico
have
Ghost
more
Jump.
information
That's
on
what it
that
is.
game actually is.
To be honest, he sent me like a 2-page email, so I'll make sure to pass it along to you, Damon, for sure. But honestly, he sent it to me this morning. He was like, dude, this is going to be in the show. And I was like, what? Like, that was one that I wrote down earlier that I liked because I got to.
I liked
Don't tell anybody. But yeah.
Yeah,
I was like,
Moolander,
oh my
yeah.
gosh, I love
Last
that
place.
game.
Looks
And
garbage.
That totally vibed. It was amazing. But Fallen Aces is another one that I put down there. Very Doom inspired. And we saw something from the same
But
studio.
yeah, Fallen Aces, Extra Galactica, Nico Ghost Jump. I'm surprised Nico Ghost Jump's winning. It is a cool concept though. Like you're playing 2D and then you switch to a 3D platformer.
Cool stuff coming out. I also love all the URLs
Like
they
the
have.
camera shifts.
This one was literally
That's cool.
Doom Noir.
Yeah.
It does feel like a throwback to the FPS of yesteryear, but with that stylized sort of 1920s gangster flair. It looks like a lot of fun.
Oh my.
Okay, so the indie showcase is shorter than I was expecting.
Just like, that villain, that voice is just haunting me.
So next is the Freedom Games
The
showcase.
trailer was like, yo, Michael, I know you. I'm watching you. I'm like, oh, you're watching me. Oh, I appreciate that because I'm on the E3 stage. You know the vibe.
Oh man, and Michael, I wanted to
Yeah,
talk to you
Freedom
about
Games
Fallen Frontier
is in like
Alliance
14 minutes.
Salt Sons?
Sacred Sons.
Sacred Sons. I can't read my own handwriting here, guys. And then Terran Victa. And you and Dan were kind of having some crosstalk about how these indie games. They're
Yeah,
keeping
so
the genres alive.
I mean, I wrote down 4 games. So for a half-hour showcase, for less than a half, that was like, what is that? 15 minutes? There's a 15-minute showcase. So yeah, that's a good showcase. That cow game is weird. There's a lot of military and Chernobyl games still. That's a theme this E3, I guess. In addition to the vampires, wizards, grandmas, and all that other stuff that we found. But yeah, Fallen Aces, Larcenauts. It's interesting. It's just, it looks like an oddball game mode to Overwatch, and you know what? Like Blizzard could see that and be like, we're just gonna do it, and then they can just add the game type, and then that game is obliterated out of existence. But it's interesting. I never thought that I would be into an oddball type mode in Overwatch. But we'll see how that game is, if it plays well and everything. That cat game, I would be more interested if it was another developer like Nintendo for a Mario game. I think that would be a cool concept that would just work and resonate very well with people, because Mario's a great 2D game, Mario's a great 3D game, and Nintendo would know how to merge those two because they still make both those types of games for Mario. But like maybe I'll give that one a try. I just feel like that cat's gonna annoy me. It's just gonna keep meowing like crazy, and I'm gonna be like, shut up, just shut up. And then Extra Galactica, the music alone got me hyped, but the gameplay looks good too. So cow game's weird though. I didn't know what I was watching in that game.
Ghost Jump was number 1. So.
Oh, really?
Wow,
Yeah,
number
there
1
you go.
in the poll.
And then also I know there was Life Slide and a bunch of other incredibly cute ones that I was just like, oh my gosh, indie games, just so much fun. But okay.
See, that's cool. What is the spike? And like you can't jump
Damon, what you picking?
over it without dying, so you
I see the
switch to
wheels turning.
3D. That's so cool.
They were coming fast and furious.
I like these Tetris chairs that they have.
Fallen Aces. I gotta give a shout out to Toy Soldiers HD. I reviewed the original Toy Soldiers for IGN way back in the day, and that's like a tower defense game that you're kind of take the action.
Oh, nope, never mind.
Not
Not into the Toy Soldiers.
Really cool
Tower
to see that
defense,
game
nope.
making a comeback.
So that's what they meant by plan from above and then go into the battlefield.
Tunguska.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow, I really messed that one up. But yeah, the top-down shooter, that looks interesting. I'm very interested in that.
Larcenauts, let's go. Let's compete in VR. I'm down
Oh
for
my
it.
gosh, I love it. I think I pick Tunguska as well, but Nico is very close behind, runner-up. Well, so many great indie titles. Let's see what GB and Greg thought of the indie games that we saw today. Hi, guys. I know y'all love the Nico game. I don't even need to ask, right?
Of course we did, Jackie, but it didn't make my top 3. Golden Boy, what do you have over there? What stood out to you from that indie presentation? 2021.
A lot. So I'm actually newly appointed member of the VR community.
Oh, wow.
You know, so Larcenauts was awesome.
I didn't even catch that it was a
big
VR
shout out to
game.
My boy BMF.
I'm gonna write
who
VR
covers
next to
A lot
it.
of the VR stuff is a Thrill Seeker. Big fan of those guys. And
So I guess
always love
that's
checking out
more
the content.
interesting. It's
Keeps me up to date on all
Overwatch. It's
things
oddball
VR.
Overwatch in VR.
Then the other one, Fallen Aces, man.
Yeah,
Fallen Aces
made my list for sure. That was a dope.
Literally saw that and I was like, oh, I'm 100% playing this
Yep.
on stream. Like,
Yeah.
this is happening because
Yeah,
it
yeah,
looks so dang good. And then I would probably go with Tunguska. Another shooter, but for some reason, the style was really appealing to me. Like, the style of shooting was really appealing to me.
Sure.
So I'm all about that. It looked really good.
Okay, great. Yeah, on my list, I put Fallen Aces for sure. Stylized first-person shooter, love it. That Doom LA Noir mashup, why not? Let's get out there and do it.
Yeah,
But, of course,
that's a
all
good
it is
summary of it.
DoomNoir.com.
Like, they really.
It wasn't. There wasn't a lot of guns though. It was mostly punching and
They know what they're
hitting
doing,
a crowbar
right?
and stuff.
They're in that vein of Devolver, where they have a personality and their games do.
But
too.
yeah,
They
that
know what
perspective is very much Doom meets LA
The
Noir.
other one I want
Yeah.
to give a shot was Bark. It was that kid schmuck that went by
Why?
or whatever.
Yeah.
Bark.
One of my friends in the industry is working on it. He had emailed me to give me a heads up that, hey, it's at E3. You should check it out in the virtual booth if you have time. And basically, he pitched it as a shmup for dads. Like, if you it's couch co-op, get in there with your kid. You're piloting, it was a little dog that caught my eye, but you can be a little cat.
Okay.
It's this colorful game that you go through and you're shooting things, but you're not shooting things,
Yeah,
right? You're able
yeah,
to
yeah,
explore that way. And then, for me, to echo what people said over there, Extra Galactica, right?
Stylized. I mean,
on.
you do anything that's in a cyberpunk style world, and I'm literally there. I'm all about it.
Yeah, that game,
Great
that trailer
visuals.
was cool.
I feel like that is, again, and everyone's gonna look at me like, oh, there's a lot of like.
Can't wait for
pixel
GTA
games,
6 and
but
Half-Life 3.
what people
You're
are
gonna be waiting for a while, Maddie.
in these universes, in this style of artwork, it is gorgeous. And because Fallen Ace is also bringing back the stylized cell shading.
I don't even know what to expect at the Capcom event. It's only half an hour long. I can't imagine they're doing anything good.
So there is really a lot of quality here, and this
It's gonna be like
was
a
awesome.
couple
Some
games.
Great games I'm really looking forward to trying.
Me too, ladies and gentlemen. What were your favorites? Let us know. Hashtag E3 2021.
I would say my favorite is probably Fallen
E3
Aces.
2021 returns. We'll have the latest from Freedom Games, Capcom, and more. Take a breath and hold on. We'll be back after this.
All right, so 7 minutes is Freedom Games, and then that's going to lead into. We're going to have to switch sources though. It's going to lead into the limited run games. It's not part of E3 limited run games, so I have it right over here. So the channel's over here. Limited run games will begin in 36 minutes. So, see what Freedom Games has to show, and then we'll switch over to limited run. Just a reminder. So for Capcom, which is what is it at 5 or 5:30 Eastern? Hold on, let me see. Capcom is at 5:30 Eastern, 2:30 Pacific. So that's coming up in 2 hours. In 2 hours will be Capcom. I'll be joined by Icy Arrow. I don't know if anybody else is going to be joining. At some point today, I might be doing a Halo reaction with Jordan. Apparently that was earlier today. I thought it was at 2, like an hour and a half ago, when the other showcase started. I already forgot the name of it. Mythic Games, the Mythic Game showcase started. Hey, it's Ego Raptor. So I missed it. He wouldn't have been able to catch it anyways, because he's getting his vaccine. So we might react to it later because I still haven't watched it yet. So maybe we'll try to fit in that time in between Capcom or after Capcom. After Capcom, there's a Razer showcase, but I don't I don't think we'll still be live for the Razer showcase. Maybe I'll consider watching it and then upload. This might be just one giant video, because it's a very small, indie centered showcase today. Capcom being the exception. So there's not a whole lot. Hey, it's Miss May. There's not a whole lot, that's being shown today. It's the lighter day of E3. Tomorrow we're back big with Nintendo, Bandai Namco, and yeah, those are the only big ones actually. I think there are other showcases tomorrow. I don't think I'll be reacting to them or anybody else will be, because it is a Tuesday, so I don't think anybody else is really going to be available. There's the Nintendo Treehouse event. Maybe we'll stick around for that. I know that Court's not going to be available after the Nintendo showcase, so she's probably not going to be sticking around for the whole Treehouse. Eureka Studios doing something tomorrow, so maybe that will happen. It'll be like an impromptu kind of thing like this, an unplanned stream. GameSpot is doing a showcase, and then at 4:45 Pacific, 7:45 Eastern, is the E3 award show. I don't think they've ever had an award show. I'm curious to see what that means, because E3 has never been an awards thing as much as people have tried to make it that. Trying to say like who won E3, a nonsense question. But yeah, I guess I guess enough people have said it that they've spoken it into existence. So it's now a thing. There is a winner of E3. So we'll see the award show. Yeah. So I don't know.
The interior of the constellation, which
There's just space-age ships from the trailer.
Beyond the cinematic trailer, we still
So,
don't know much about the gameplay itself. On stage, Todd Howard said that
I don't know if I need to get up and take a break. There's only 3 minutes.
Bethesda also confirmed
3 minutes
separately
waiting.
that Starfield will be the first game created on its updated Creation Engine 2, which means improvement to graphical fidelity among other things.
I know people are like hyped for Starfield. I don't know if
We've spent years developing it to power the next generation of immersive
like I'm interested, but I haven't really seen enough for me to say that like I'm hyped for it. There's too many other great games that were shown this week. Halo Infinite. Oh, they're gonna spoil the thing.
Its multiplayer came in the form of a fast-paced montage of match moments across a variety of maps.
Oh, this is the this is a recap of the Xbox showcase. Man, this looks so good.
Multiplayer suite will be crossplay and cross-progression. The experience will reportedly be optimized for every device: PC, Xbox One, Xbox Series X, and S. We also got a glimpse at the campaign with Master Chief using his grappling hook to pull himself through some zero-gravity wreckage. There seems to be a new AI construct working with the Master Chief, but judging by its dialogue, Cortana may still play a pivotal role in the story. Halo Infinite will be launching on Game Pass at release, but we just don't know when that release date is specific.
I like her custom Switch.
They did say it was due this holiday after having been
So yeah, this is gonna be just. I think it's gonna be one giant video. So it's gonna be the Mythic Showcase, the Indie Game Show, the Freedom Showcase, Limited Run Games, and you know what? Capcom's gonna be its separate video. So just one long video of those 4 showcases. Capcom a separate video because there's a significant amount of time of gap in between. Halo Reaction is going to be a separate video. Yeah. So, by the way, speaking of videos on our channel, for the YouTube channel, all of our past E3 stuff is available now, so you can watch that if you haven't seen it yet. So it is available. There is no vanity URL because there's quite a bit that you have to do to qualify to get that. But you can search Spawn Trap. Because we're small, it doesn't really show up first in the YouTube search results. So I have a URL to our link tree, which is down at the bottom left corner of the screen there. You can go to that, or you can go to thespawntrap.com. And then there you can get our currently active links for social media as well as YouTube and Twitch, where we post our content. But just posted stuff to our Instagram, YouTube Shorts, and TikTok. A highlight video that I want to make more of. That was just the first one that I saw for our first reaction stream ever, which was the Guerrilla Collective Day 1. We have I think the showcase started for Freedom Games, but we could probably I could probably pull up the video just to show you what it's like, because there's going to be more videos like this. Freedom Games thing is starting right now. This is 1 minute long.
Shot. Let's just make a game.
I think this is quick montage. Let's watch this first. Here's our highlight video.
Oh my god, I hate objects with faces.
Did you didn't like Beauty and the Beast?
That was okay, but like, you know, when it's like, I don't know, abnormal. I'm like, we're not in Beauty and the Beast right now. Anything else is weird.
I mean, it seems fantastical, like that movie.
What do you hate? Like if a tree has a face, you don't like it?
Yeah.
Like the Ents in Lord of the Rings.
Song of the Tree.
You know what I don't like? I kind of feel like I guess I don't really notice that. I don't like when doors have faces. Like if a door has like a knocker on it and it can talk to you or something. I don't know what it is.
Yeah, anything.
I feel like I've seen that in a movie. I don't remember what, but I don't like doors.
Guys are weird.
Yeah, like I didn't mind Beauty and the Beast, but then the live action Beauty and the Beast, that tripped me out. But anything that, yeah, where it's like a groove and it's like comes like, it's just, I want to just toss it into a fire.
There you go. Hopefully we'll have more quick highlights like that. Alright, let's see what's going on with the Freedom Showcase. I already like the music. I like the art, the style too. Puzzles? Oh my, cool. I like this. Dreamscaper. Coming to the Switch.
You know everything, and then at some point you go, oh wait, we didn't know how to do that part. Well, I guess we got to figure it out. The four of us who started the studio worked in AAA. I left to go start making indie games. So we took that opportunity to kind of use our old friend group and our old expertise to start up the Wandering Band. And it was the first time that all of us felt complete creative control. That was fun. It was a challenge. It was also scary at the beginning. On a AAA team, you have technical artists and a dozen animators. I think the biggest challenge for us was trying to learn new skills and new parts of the game development process without ever doing it before. But I wouldn't trade it away. I think it's the creativity and the creative freedom is totally worth it.
Airborne Kingdom. I'm not a flight guy, so. But you're creating a town in the sky. I like the music.
The retro games. These were our favorites, and we tried to combine a lot of different elements from different games and give it a unique touch. A shout out to our community. They helped us translate the demo. They helped us get out the word. The demo has been played over 1 million times. It's just great to get a community like that. They helped us make Corman what it is.
Oh my god, this is Pokemon? Oh my god! Koromon! Gonna have to add it to the list of games that me and Court need to play. We play Pokemon games every Sunday. Is this called Koromon? I like it. Koromon. Oh my god, yes.
I had lived in Kyoto for a while where I'd gone to a cat cafe and it was such a surreal experience for me at the time. So we sat down and we prototyped Cat Cafe Manager. When you're petting a cat, I don't know what it is, like endorphins that are being released, like the good feeling that you get from that, we kind of wanted to put in the game. We live in a time that's like pretty stressful. And
This is a
out of
cat
control in
petting
lot of ways.
simulator?
So for us, it's very important that you sort of get a cozy feeling when you get introduced to the game. Just making the cat cafe of your dreams.
I've seen Cat Cafe Manager, yeah. Not the same as petting.
I'm from a really rural town. So is Tanner, the other lead developer on the game. We've been together since middle school, like I said. Yeah. There's no companies, right? There's no video game companies in Little Rock or the state of Arkansas. And so we decided to just be the first. To the Rescue is where you play as somebody working in a dog shelter and taking on all the responsibilities that entails. People love dogs so much, but this is also about raising awareness, right? It's both of those things. There's diseases that can appear in the shelter. It's dirty, and adopters only want the cutest puppies, and they don't want the old dogs. Essentially, I just want people to walk away with more knowledge about the things we're representing. We've gotten a lot of people that work in real shelters that are like, I'm glad that you're doing this, because a lot of people don't realize how hard the work is and how thankless it is. So 20% of every dollar that Little Rock Games makes from this game is going to be going to the Pet Finder Foundation. The game is about being hopeful that you can improve your community in some small way.
A lot of the same dogs. Keanu!
I first started getting into games probably about 7 or 8 years old, tinkering around with game engines. I started putting games on the web, flash games and things like that. I always liked the idea of really silly deaths, characters getting blown to bits in like a cartoony way. It's usually an area of frustration, but when you can see your character's head just flying off and blood's going everywhere, it's like, you just got nothing but humour there.
Sure gonna feel bad in the morning.
I come up with the idea of having like a Ninja Warrior / Total Wipeout death competition. I was actually working 2 jobs at the same time as developing the game. I'd have all these fantastic ideas while I was there. You know, I'd be on the checkout just thinking about Slaughter League, and then by the time I get home, I'd just like, we ended up deciding that it would be best if I worked full-time on the game. This game, it sounds corny, but it's changed my life in that way, whereas no other game had before. It's just flipped my life to where I want it to be, so to finally be able to do this as a job is just insane. I love it.
Slaughter League. I'll write that down.
This is definitely like a good, just relax, chill in the evening, play with buds, laugh at stupid stuff kind of game.
Oh, this is sick.
What is that? Oh, Jesus!
It's gonna be an absolute so.
I was pretty laid back in college. I did just fine, but I worked on Dark Deity. I didn't work on my own work. None of us have ever worked on games at all. So for the majority of development, I worked on it in a dorm, yeah. And we would sort of just sit in the dorm room, just like, you know, typing, working away. I learned how to code for like a whole week. I just didn't leave my room, didn't eat, didn't do anything. You know, where we're at, we're all 23. 2 of us haven't even graduated college yet. To be at E3 is pretty exciting.
Yeah, that's crazy. Dark Deity.
Whenever you need me. Maybe I should raise my rates. I have failed my people.
Sounded so dramatic.
Weakness has consequences.
This would make for a fine tale.
I like the music. It's not for me, but it does look cool. I like it.
I've always thought that I would be good at making video games. My mom just sent me a picture of a drawing I did when I was like 8, titled My Own Game. I was diagnosed with Asperger's autism as a child, and I basically kind of just told myself, nah, there's no way I could be in management. But through therapy as a child and then continuing my own efforts, I overcame it. Now I'm doing my dream, doing something I thought I couldn't do. Through this process, I've really learned how valuable people are. There's 20 people on the team. I'm just one of them. And I'm hoping to convey some of that through the game's narrative. You have to have growth and you have to have progress. So for us, with One Lonely Outpost, loneliness helps highlight the value of connection.
Synthcore. One Lonely Outpost. It's just the music. I was like, this is way too epic for what that was.
It took us a long time to get here. We put a lot of hard work into it.
Shipping games brings tough times, but we've also seen like success together.
Success for us is defined as being able to continue to do this because we really love it.
We want to be what we know and be the best at that.
Making something that people enjoy.
Is that it too? That was also only 15 minutes? Alright, cool. Yeah.
Thank you, Freedom Games, for that showcase. Passionate, diverse, different.
That was really cool. Like, I mean, there's a lot of games that weren't for me, but I mean, that was a cool showcase. Cause Dreamscaper looks really good. Koromon, another Pokemon clone. I like it. I definitely want to check that out. And then Slaughter League looked interesting too. But yeah, those are my 3 games of the show there. I really liked it. A lot of games had cool art styles. There was a lot of actually, now I'm thinking about it, there was quite a few games that were showcased there. Let's see what they're saying here. So next up is the limited run games. So that's over here. They got the countdown. So we'll switch over there. I love Dan Casey and Greg Miller. So I am interested to see what they say.
You dropped this, King.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. The one I really want to talk about, because Michael and I were geeking out about it, was Dark Deity.
Yes.
A strategy RPG that looks like very up the alley of anyone.
Yeah,
who
that
likes,
game does look
Fire
cool, but it's
Emblem
definitely not
or
my
things
type of
like
game.
that.
Sure.
I also like they have an XCOM-esque wound system, which I appreciate. Adds another layer to it, so looks pretty exciting.
I thought it was cool. It was cool pixel art also, but also anime style hand-drawn art that's going along with it too.
Don't take that away from me, Damon. Listen, if y'all want to get my attention with your video game, if you have anime style artwork for your characters, I'll at least give you my time of day. I'll say that much.
That was the one. I mean, for Dark Deity, you went, ooh. I wrote my only note on Dark Deity is Mikey likes, because you liked it.
I mean, yeah, and Cat Cafe Manager. Yo, Freedom Games really hit me with my brand.
Yeah, for
sure. I love Cat, dude. It's so cute.
I like how Cat Cafe Manager is like the
I've been to a Cat
biggest
Cafe before, you know, you get a little coffee,
game that
pet the
people
cat.
like.
If not, if you're allergic,
Every time
RIP,
indie games
but,
come up, it's
yeah,
like, oh yeah, Cat Cafe Manager.
Obviously,
I'm
like
like,
a tycoon
like
simulator.
yeah,
Of course,
I guess, but there's like,
cats. Say less.
Say less.
I just
Damon,
don't
you
get
love
it.
cats. Did Cat Cafe Manager work for you?
For sure, I've been to.
I'm
many a
surprised
Cat Cafe.
Dreamscaper is not getting more
I have
votes.
some ideas about how they might be run better.
Well, here we go. See if you can put proof in the pudding, and you get out there, you manage your own cafe.
This fool's lying.
No.
Yeah, bring up Koromon. Come on, do it.
Anything else stand out to you?
I mean, their games are coming so quickly.
Yeah, look at
I
it's
feel
so
like this
pacing.
game looks
Cat
interesting,
Cafe
and then on to the
Manager.
next one. There was I think it's fair to say it's a Pokemon-like
Yep.
in there.
Mon's even in the title.
Koromon.
Is in the title. Yeah.
Koromon,
I think
yeah.
there's more to it than that. There's definitely like animal battling.
Well, when it started, I was watching and he started like moving puzzles. Like, oh, I wrote very Zelda-like, and then it became Pokemon. I was like, oh, very Pokemon-like. Actually, I'm sorry, I got this one wrong.
I do it. Yeah,
You
it's
can
kind of
see, ladies
mixed.
and
Yeah,
gentlemen, right now you can get
it's
out
a
there and
puzzle
vote. No
Pokemon
matter
game.
which platform you're watching E3 2021 on, you can vote right now. Cat Cafe Manager is winning narrowly with 32%. Right behind it, Koromon with 26%, and then Dreamscaper with 19%. Remember, no matter where you are watching, you can put it into your chat of choice. And if you want to just roll down your window,
I should wishlist that on Steam.
We'll figure out how to tally it up there.
I know, I'll wishlist all of these later.
Another thing that an extension from the indie showcase that we saw, like a lot of experimentation.
Exactly.
Mhm.
Yeah. Even though we saw some things that are kind of like, oh, that reminds me of this. That reminds me of Fire
Yeah,
Emblem, that
pretty
reminds
much
me of
all the
Pokemon. They're
games.
Still putting their spin on it, and like I like to see those kinds of things in those games. Everyone has an inspiration, so it's like I want to make the game make something similar to the game that I love. So
it's all this evolution. I mean, like, think about One Lonely Outpost, for example. Yeah, we were joking around like, oh, Space Dew Valley, because it does look Stardew Valley inspired, which in turn is inspired by Harvest Moon. So there's a lot more that you can do with this kind of genre, this type of game. No one really gets to be sort of the be-all, end-all of that category or genre, and I'm excited to see what they can offer here. So it's nice to see a lot of these indie developers wearing their influences on their sleeve. I was really excited about Slaughter League, for example. It looks like that kind of competitive madcap fun of a game like Fall Guys, for example, but with the kind of murdery chaos you'd expect from like a Smash TV or like a I'm blanking on the name right now. Meat Boy.
Oh yes. And it's funny you mentioned Meat Boy, right? In the panel before, right? In the panel before, where they were doing the indie games conversation. Ed McMillan talked about the fact that the power of indies is that you don't have to appeal to the mainstream. And I think that's why this one stands out in terms of a conference so far, and we can all find something else to hone in on, right? Where it's like, yeah, I don't know if To the Rescue, a realistic, sim about running a rescue operation for dogs and cats would stand out or make sense for a big publisher who has to get a big return on their investment. But for this team here that wants to do a dog shelter and wants to have this stuff and wants to get profits out there to people and help, it's great.
It's smart of Freedom Games to, in addition to showing trailers or gameplays for the games, to actually put the creators in front of the camera as well. Indie games can be so much more.
Well,
personal.
So yeah,
more,
next is
one person's vision. Or very
limited run games. In about 10 minutes. I don't wanna be just watching their coverage. I mean, I do respect all these guys. I do like listening to what they have to say. But at the same time, you know, yeah, I try to keep my own content. So because it's just like, what am I adding to the conversation here? So yeah, in 10 minutes of limited run games. It looks like they're playing trailers and stuff too, so I could have that run. I got some sort of notice, and I thought it was content starts today. Oh, my calendar thing. Okay. Yeah. So next is limited run games. It's essentially Sorry, I just got sneezed. Ooh, okay. So it's essentially just physical games. So it's limited run physical games. They're only going to be the only react to gaming videos for this channel. Yes. So yeah, it's limited run physical games. So they're just going to be showing you. So you might see like a lot of. Sometimes they do like very popular digital only games. They'll have a limited run of a physical copy of games. So it's really cool. I'm digital. Pretty much everything I get is digital. So this showcase is not necessarily for me. Unfortunately, like nobody else was available today to join me on this one. But I do respect what limited run games does. There's a lot of collectors out there, or people that just want to have the games for archiving purposes. We saw that scare earlier this year, where PlayStation said, you know what, we're going to be shutting down our digital stores for 3 of our platforms, and all those games are just going to disappear forever because you can't get them anywhere else. So, you know, like things like limited run games do a really good job of keeping those games available. So I do respect what they do. So I definitely want to react and see what they're doing, because I do like what they do. And then afterwards, I'm going to take a break. And then I'll be joined by Icy Arrow again. He was with us yesterday for most of our reactions. He is super excited about the Capcom presentation. I'm not so much. So I'm excited to have him on to react to the Capcom games. And I think that show is only going to be a half an hour long. So I'm interested to see what they're going to fit in that half hour. And then I think that might just be the end of what we're doing. I might do like a reaction stream to the Halo multiplayer stuff that happened earlier today. I thought I was going to be reacting to it live, but I guess I read the time wrong, and it was earlier than I went live. So I'm going to see if I can scrounge Jordan up. We'll do a reaction video for that, and then I'll upload it to the channel. There's a Razer showcase that's happening after Capcom. I doubt I'll live react to it. We'll see how I'm feeling. And if Jordan's available, be like, hey, are you looking for a new laptop? Like, I don't know. He's not into like PC hardware or anything, and I'm the only one who's going to be like interested. So I don't think it's going to be worth like streaming. There's not going to be any game announcements or anything, so it might not be worth my time. Tomorrow's the big day though. We're basically just waiting out for tomorrow. Tomorrow is Nintendo, Bandai Namco, and then we'll have some fun. Watch some E3 awards, whatever that means. I'm still confused. It's the first time I've ever seen E3 do this, so it's definitely different for an expo where it's basically just commercials for us for what games are coming out for us to buy. They've never really had a winner showcase kind of situation. So yeah, if you're watching this as like upload archive on YouTube, this is gonna be the last presentation of this very long video of me reacting. So I've been it's been 2 hours. Actually, you know what? Considering the Guerrilla Collective and the PC Gaming Show and everything, this is about on par with how long those videos were, so it makes sense that I'm going to be putting this up as one video. So just as a reminder, if you missed the previous day's reaction videos, they're up on the channel. I'm starting to work on like highlights and stuff too. And then we'll start working on the podcast soon. We got our test episode out, so you can listen to that. That was just to see how we vibe. I really liked the conversation. I feel like the other guys, guy and girl, liked it. So so I decided to upload it. So that's up there. So that's our episode 0. And then I'll start working on the audio version of that podcast soon. That just takes more time. YouTube's just easy. It's easy to have that video and upload it. So this is, I think our idea is to aim for 2 episodes a month. It's the week of E3, so like we started doing this right as E3 was happening. A lot of personal stuff's got in the way last minute, so that's why it's just me. You know, the people on screen and production and everything's very low bar. But after E3, I think we'll start focusing more on the discussion side. I do like the idea of doing reaction videos to like big announcements and stuff. E3 is the obvious thing. I did want to get things set up before E3, so I was able to do that last minute.
By Arc System Works. The classic side-scrolling.
It sucked though because like E3, a lot of the E3 announcements were like a few days before. It's like, oh yeah, here's where we're doing our schedule. The official E3 schedule didn't happen until like a couple days before like E3 started. So it's like I'm like, there's no way for us to plan around what the schedule is because there's no schedule. We're just kind of assuming. So I was lucky enough and able to take these days, like these 5 days, to be able to do this. I didn't think I would be able to, but I was like, you know what? I don't know what the schedule is, so let me just try to figure out if I can have these days free to do this. So that's why I'm here for all of these videos, and nobody else is. It's just too last minute. To be fair, one of our hosts, which hasn't shown up yet on this channel yet, his name's Matt. He was all on board for all of E3. But unfortunately, he had an unfortunate personal thing happen in his life. So he had to bow out of E3 last minute. So it was completely understandable though. It put me in an awkward position where it's just me in front of a camera now. And I couldn't even get special guests for today. Because yesterday I got a couple of special guests to fill in some time to interact with me so we could do it back and forth all day. This was last minute. These streams were not planned. The only thing was the limited run games. That was the only thing that I did have planned. The rest of the showcases for today I didn't. So it was just me, just on a whim saying, you know what, I'm just going to live react. And then we'll see. So really the only big thing that we got going on today is Capcom later, and that's only half an hour. So I gotta make use of the time that I set aside for today. You know, I gotta do something. I gotta put out some sort of content. So I'm not just gonna do a half-hour live reaction stream. I gotta try to fill that time. But yeah, in terms of the question, do we only react to gaming videos now that we're just starting? Yes. This channel isn't intended to react to anything else. Would I like to do reaction videos for other things? Absolutely. It's specifically movie stuff, particularly the Marvel Cinematic Universe stuff, but like other movie stuff. So that might happen in the future. Let's let this channel settle and we'll get used to it and build it up, and then we'll look at doing movie stuff later on. But if we do, it's not going to be on this channel. I'll just let you know. It might be. I don't know. We'll see. We haven't really. We've never talked about doing anything else other than gaming yet. Gaming's my biggest focus. I want to talk about games. That's the reason why I wanted to start this whole channel.
I'm telling you, man, it's not here.
It was here. It was definitely here.
Rated RP2M.
Try to guess all the digital games that they're putting on a cartridge or on a disc. There's probably gonna be a lot of Switch stuff. The Switch has a huge digital library.
Welcome everyone to Limited Run Games. We've got a great
What's
presentation
going
for you
on?
today. Are you all excited?
It's a new year. We're all excited to be doing live in-person events again, like this one. But we know most of you are still watching it from home. So online you'll see our
It's a weird
augmented reality
showcase.
stage take you throughout different worlds throughout our show.
Still, it's been a hard time for everyone this year in this current climate. Let's take a video
I
reflecting
know
on
this is all
past year.
intentional, but it's still bad.
We really are all in this together.
What?
We really are all in this together. We really are all in.
Okay, here's our first announcement.
It's such an awkward showcase already. Zombies ate my neighbors. There you go. I don't know, who knows? Maybe there will be something I'll be like, yeah, I'll buy that. If it's like not available anywhere else, it's just physical.
I really enjoyed making it. I hope that people enjoy playing it still.
I've never played this game though. I didn't realize this was a Lucasfilm game.
Wow, that was pretty cool. But instead of cool, what if our next game was hot?
Yeah, I don't know.
Super hot.
Oh, physical version of Super Hot. Cool. Super hot.
Super hot.
That's cool.
So I've heard the kids talk like this now.
In this bit.
Got it.
This is a collection? I do like retro games. I don't like these beat 'em ups though. Most of the games that were shown are beat 'em ups. I don't think I'd be interested in that. I've never played any of those.
YouTube influencers. Take it away, Chris.
I'm a YouTube influencer. I love River City Girls.
That's
as an influencer.
That's a highly reviewed game.
As a YouTube influencer, I am proud to announce that they are coming to PS5.
PS5.
And that is not all. For the first time, we will be bringing an unreleased classic to the United States, River City Girls Zero, for the PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5, and the Nintendo Switch. We will be going back to these girls' origins.
Wasn't that amazing? We're all excited.
I'm not done.
Oh, sorry.
Not even close.
This is the most awkward
Go ahead.
River City
showcase.
Girls 2. Coming to
And we
PlayStation
watched
5, PlayStation 4, Nintendo
Ah.
Switch. Stay tuned for more.
Night dive update.
Why wasn't the first one on Xbox, but the second one is? This is Doom, isn't it? Or maybe not. I like it though. Like really bad guitar effects. This is going on really long. Strife. Veteran edition.
Take a look at this next announcement.
Oh, Shantae! Is this gonna be a collection too? Yeah. This is a cool announcement. I think that's the one I own. I own one of them. I haven't played it yet. I really want to play these games though. How many are there? Like, I didn't realize how expansive the Shantae games are. I just remember seeing them on the eShop every once in a while. And then I just read online, like, people raving about these games. I'm like... And then I looked into the trailers and everything. I'm like, wow, these look really good. Is this a collection of all of them? Because there's been like 4 so far. Five Shantae games. Play all 5 on PlayStation 5. On a disc?
And now for today's.
I really wanted the discless version of PS5, but like... I keep getting more reasons to have to get the disc version.
10 years have passed.
World premiere.
Way forward.
Did you miss me?
Really epic music.
I'll find your damn castle.
But Laura Bailey again.
What the hell is that sound?
Gosh, she sounded familiar.
How about you shut up and let me do my job?
Oh, those things are gross.
Can I not
Troy Baker again.
dispatch a few useless troops?
What are a bunch of ravens doing down here? This could turn out to be a pretty good day.
Yes, tonight, years of work finally coming to fruition.
This ends now.
We're just getting started.
Blood Rain Betrayal. Coming soon.
Another vampire.
Wow, wasn't that
Vampires
amazing
making
going for me?
comebacks.
Let's check in at the Limited Run Lounge to see where the hype level is.
Maximum hype.
Definitely maximum.
Now check out Haven.
You?
All right, let's talk about it. Fine.
I've seen this. I think I've seen this trailer before.
If you could switch off the lane.
Oh.
Yeah, I've seen this trailer.
This planet is our chance to start a new life with our own rules.
Was this only a digital game
Whatever
before?
we want.
If they learn we made our way here, they probably won't be happy.
What does that mean for us?
That means we're in deep blue.
Huge dislocated. Arrest in progress.
You started it.
You could probably watch my reaction to this video from a year or a couple years ago somewhere on my channel. I don't remember where I saw it though.
So exciting. Do you think that failing to comply with an arrest is an aggravating charge?
Yes.
Good.
Until the last moment, then?
Until the last moment.
Even. Available now on PS5, early 2021 PS4. I like how there's all these PS5 games that are being released for PS4 later.
Hey guys, thanks for the intro as always. We are here to give a tabletop demonstration of new AR technology and the endless possibilities for gameplay that can be implemented. Notice the different possibilities for gameplay with an AR setup like this.
Okay, is our next game an AR title?
Reminds me of the 3DS with the cards.
Then why are we doing an AR demo?
I don't know. I've just
always been doing that.
Please just play the Skatebird trailer.
I'll be honest, I'm over Skatebird. I don't know how many more times I gotta watch this bird on flapping around. Oh, digital. So they're doing a digital release.
World premiere.
John Sawyer, cyborg. He's been a man since he was a boy.
I like it.
Everything he owns is made of metal. And his favorite possession has 44 Magnum engraved on its side. His blood type spells AK-47.
Get out of my sight!
Though he only donates other people's blood. The bounties are ready to be collected. Hunt them down and make a healthy living by making living unhealthy. In Hunt Down.
I like that trailer. It's a really good trailer. Wait, oh my god, it's being released with a toy?
This old school arcade action comedy is now coming to your home screen. Watch out.
I like it.
I hope all our viewers right now are on the verge.
Of piss pantsing ourselves?
What? No, I was just setting up Axiom Verge 2.
Piss Pansons. Axiom Verge. I never played it yet. I'm pretty sure I own it. Or it's on Game Pass, one of the two. Oh, Axiom Verge 2. Oh, they're publishing it for the Epic Games Store.
For a brand new physical edition of The Takeover.
What is with the music? This is way too high energy. Yeah, these games are not for me, but I appreciate the energy. The Takeover.
Game looks great as always, but how about some gameplay?
From Mega 64. Can't remember his name. I think it's Rocco.
All right, enough fists. I'm ready for some guns.
You finally arrived.
Did we just see this? We saw this earlier, right? Yeah. One of the earlier shows from today. I think. A lot of heavy metal music, man.
proud to announce that a classic action-adventure stealth game is getting physical on PS4, PSVR, and Switch.
Yeah, let's get physical.
Republic by Camouflage.
Oh.
Said, don't ask me to spell it.
Spell it.
I think it's
No.
I think it's free with this with the Stadia Pro subscription right now. I know that I have it on Stadia Pro.
You have to help me. They're going to hurt me. They say I'm infected. Can you help me?
I know that the cover art looks cool for this game.
Can you help me get out of here? Did you do that?
The completely stealth game. I gotta play this. This looks interesting. I was actually looking at it on my phone in bed last night. I'm like, I want to like play something really quick on my phone. I think I ended up playing Burnout on Game Pass.
And now, for our biggest announcement of the day, we've been saving.
No, that's a mobile game. I'm talking about like Stadia because I got the controller for my phone already. Ooh.
Take a look at this car.
Incredible vehicle.
That's definitely a car.
This
It's definitely a car.
Wow, that's a great point. But what about Going Under coming to physical on PS4 and Switch?
I think I've heard of this game. Going Under.
Before we show off the last few games, let's have a little giveaway, shall we? One lucky winner will win a game, a car, and a ton of other prizes.
We have. How excited are you, sir?
I'm very excited.
Yay! You get to spin the digital wheel! It's digital. You don't have to put your hand up. Just. Whoa! Look what you won!
What did I win?
A controller! Isn't that exciting?
I don't have a console.
All of Mega 64 is here.
But you have a PC, right?
No, it's broken. My mom broke.
We're gonna come back to us later.
A physical release is coming for one of 2020's best multi-genre games. Check it out.
Card game. I see would be happy about this. I feel like I've seen some of these characters before. I think the show is only 6 more minutes long. I'm assuming. If not, then maybe they're going for that full hour. It's interesting because, like, I think Ven has some sort of show going on, like, right now. One Step from Eden. I've heard of this game. I didn't know that's what this game is. Not what I was expecting.
We here at Limited Run are huge Rooster Teeth nuts. They're
Same.
consistently the
Oh wait,
funniest
there's a
on the
Rooster
web,
Teeth game?
But sometimes
Oh, I mean, there's a few of them already, but.
They get
Oh, Ruby game. An actual. Oh, they're doing a physical release of that. Oh, okay, yeah. I think I own this game. Looking it up. I think I bought it on a Steam sale. I just haven't played it yet. Yeah, Grim Eclipse, yeah.
You're not authorized to be in here.
It doesn't say where. Oh, yeah, Steam. I own it on Steam. I need to play that
Can
for
we
sure.
please get some 2D wrestling in here already?
I like it. I've played 3D wrestling games. I like them. I can't imagine what a 2D one is like. Oh, it looks very similar. I'd probably be into playing this. I don't like wrestling, but wrestling games are fun. I guess the guy's playing games on a couch in front of the ring. I would say as cringy as the limited run games presentation is, they're showing the games, so it's much better than, you know, some of the worst showcases we've seen so far.
Two of the greatest
during
games in
E3.
an iconic franchise are getting a physical PS4. Let's check it out.
Ooh, Castlevania. Champion of the Night. I like the bass in the song.
Phenomenal to see that.
Konami should have its own showcase.
Disc.
I
What about people who
can't imagine they like barely have any games coming up this year where they're like, no, we don't need E3.
No,
Like,
I'm serious. Well, what if I told you
they
we
used
had
to have
the
their own
longest-awaited
E3
release in
showcases.
Turbo Duo history?
Wait, what's going on? Is this the same trailer? This is the same trailer. Is it just to say it's localized, or? What? They're releasing a TurboGrafx CD game?
No gaming event would be complete without at least 10 minutes of solid Konami love. Let's get the affection going with
These guys are great. Contra is great. Really, I only ever played the first Contra. This one here, this is the one I've played like constantly. Cool.
Wow, that's it for today. But
Yeah,
it
so
wouldn't
half
be
hour long,
LRG3
yeah.
without one more thing. You didn't think we'd leave you without a mind blower, did you?
Some big
This
collector's
next
edition
announcement
thing.
is probably our most requested game of all time.
Oh.
And I believe it will be the game to usher in the next true generation of truly next generation games. To introduce this unforgettable milestone, one of the actresses from the game, Jeannie Basso.
Looks like you're muted.
You're gonna have to yell or something.
It's still too quiet.
Plumbers don't wear ties.
A 3DO game? Oh man, what is this?
Fasten your seatbelts, because I'm about to turn this story over to you. Your mission, should you accept it, is to get these two lovebirds together.
Hi, I'm Jane. God, he's cute. Great smile.
Jane? John and Jane. Corny. I guess I could change my name to Tarzan.
You know what? I really have to go, but it's nice meeting you, John.
Wait. What are you doing later? For lunch? Can I buy you lunch? No, I'm serious. I'm really a plumber.
John, plumbers don't wear ties. Now, come on, stop fooling around.
That's it for the show, everyone. Thank you for an incredible year.
No matter when things go right or wrong, we've been
fuck
honored
game was
to bring
that?
you something physical to keep through it all.
Never
Even
heard
when
of
the
that
digital
game.
storefronts fade away, we will always.
Oh! There you go, that's how you end the show. Got Pilgrim. They had two more things.
It was here! I knew it! Physical. Forever.
Forever physical. Okay, well that was the LRG3, the Limited Run Games showcase for physical and digital games. I am interested in Hunt Down. I like that it comes in like a collector's edition with like an action figure. That's pretty cool. It also looks like an interesting game. But yeah, that's it for me for now. I will be back in about an hour with Icy Arrow. I think it's an hour. Let me double check the schedule. Yes. So in about an hour, I will be back with Icy Arrow. We will be live reacting to the Capcom showcase for E3, and then that will end the day for E3 here. And then we will be back tomorrow, early morning, for the Nintendo showcase. Maybe the Treehouse Live event. We'll see how it goes. And at least I will be reacting to the Bandai Namco showcase. I don't know if anybody else is going to be able to join me, but we'll see. I do like Bandai Namco games, so I'm interested to see what they show. I think it's only like a half-hour show as far as I can tell. And then closing off the day with the E3 award show, and then that's it. That's all of E3. We got the one big one, or the two big ones out of the way: Ubisoft and Xbox. Ubisoft is kind of a letdown, let's be honest. Xbox brought it. I'm looking for Nintendo to top it. I don't know if that's possible at this point, but we shall see. So I will be back in about an hour. You're watching this on YouTube, check out the other E3 videos that we made. They're all on the channel here. Make sure that you're following us on Twitch and YouTube and turning on notifications so that way you know when we go live or when we post a new video. Also follow us on all the social media accounts. So all that stuff is in the link that's in the bottom left corner of the screen there. Or you can go to thespawntrap.com. Both of them will lead you there. That website will eventually lead somewhere else. So if this is a really old video, then that's probably not where you should go. But the link at the bottom left corner of the screen is where you should go for all that stuff. And if you want to follow me individually, I am Till Plays everywhere, so you can follow me there. I do solo videos. I might be taking a break from Twitch and focusing on the group stuff. I don't know. I haven't decided. But if I am live on Twitch, you can follow me there. I try to go through my backlog, and then I also play multiplayer games with some friends. Those are fun times because that's usually the time when I'm laughing the hardest. And then I play Sunday games with Court, my other host who couldn't make it today. We typically play Pokemon games every Sunday. We're talking about playing NBA because we all got it for free on Epic Game Store. And she reminded me yesterday, like, we got to have that community basketball game night. And I'm like, oh, yeah. So at some point, we're going to be playing basketball. So we'll see. But anyway, we'll see you soon.